The most powerful man in the room is not the one making noise. It is the one standing in silence, like a blade still inside its sheath. No warning, no begging, no performance, just presence. Silent men are not quiet because they are weak. They are quiet because their power does not need an announcement. A loud man needs the world to believe he is dangerous. A silent man lets the world wonder what would happen if he stopped holding back. That mystery alone creates fear, because people are not afraid of what they understand. They are afraid of what they cannot read. The silent man is like a shadow at the edge of the battlefield, still, calm, watching everything. While others waste energy trying to look strong, he studies the room like a warrior studying his enemy before the first strike. He listens to tone. He watches eyes. He reads hesitation. He notices who smiles with fake loyalty and who speaks with hidden envy. Most men talk because they cannot handle silence. They fill every empty space with jokes, opinions, excuses, and explanations. They are terrified of being invisible, so they perform. They talk louder. They flex harder. They chase attention like starving wolves chasing blood in the snow. But attention is not power. Attention is a drug. And most men are addicted. The silent man broke that addiction. That is why he is dangerous. He does not need likes. He does not need applause. He does not need people clapping for his pain, his grind, or his ambition. He does not need to post every move. He does not need to tell the world he is changing. He just changes, quietly, violently, deep inside, like a storm forming behind black clouds. By the time people notice him, it is already too late. His body changed, his mind sharpened, his discipline became colder, his standards became higher, his eyes stopped looking for approval. That is when people say, "You changed." But he did not change overnight. He was rebuilding himself in silence while everyone else was distracted by noise. Silent men are powerful because they understand one brutal truth. Every word you speak can become a weapon against you. Every plan you reveal can be poisoned. Every weakness you confess to the wrong person can be used like a knife. Every emotional reaction shows people exactly where to strike. That is why the silent man protects his inner world like a hidden kingdom. Not everyone deserves access. Not everyone deserves the map. Not everyone deserves to know what hurt him. Not everyone deserves to know what he is building. Most people do not want to understand your vision. They want to measure it, judge it, shrink it, or secretly hope it dies before it becomes bigger than them. So the silent man says less. He moves like an assassin in the dark, not because he hates people, but because he knows the world is full of smiling enemies. Some people clap when you speak, then curse when you win. Some people ask about your dreams, then plant fear in your mind. Some people call themselves friends, but their spirit gets heavy when your life starts rising. The silent man sees this. He does not always expose them. He does not always confront them. He simply lowers their access. That is his power. No drama, no long message, no emotional speech, just distance. And when a disciplined man becomes distant, something has died. People fear rage because rage is loud, but rage still cares. Rage still wants a reaction. Rage still wants the other person to understand the pain. Silence is different. Silence can mean the door is already locked. The bridge is already burned. The emotional connection is already dead. No revenge, no begging, no hatred, just disappearance. Like a warrior walking away from a ruined village with no reason to look back. That is why silent men are powerful. They know how to leave without collapsing. They know how to lose people without losing themselves. They know how to be alone without becoming desperate. And in modern America, that is rare. Most men cannot be alone with their thoughts for 5 minutes. They need music. They need scrolling. They need women validating them. They need messages coming in. They need noise in their ears so they do not have to hear the weakness inside their own mind. But the silent man sits in the dark and faces himself. He faces his failures. He faces his shame. He faces his anger. He faces the soft, undisciplined version of himself that must be destroyed. That is not easy. That is war. A war with no audience, no medals, no witnesses. Just a man against himself at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, deciding whether he will remain average or become something dangerous. Silent men win that war, not once, every day. They win when they wake up and train while others sleep. They win when they stay focused while others chase pleasure. They win when they keep working after motivation dies. They win when nobody checks on them. They win when nobody believes in them. They win when the old version of themselves begs to come back. That is discipline. Discipline is not clean. Discipline is not aesthetic. Discipline is a dark room, cold eyes, and a decision made when nobody is watching. It is doing what must be done when your feelings are screaming for comfort. A silent man does not worship feelings. He studies them. Anger becomes fuel. Pain becomes armor. Betrayal becomes wisdom. Loneliness becomes focus. Rejection becomes distance. Every wound becomes part of the sword. That is why he becomes powerful, because he does not waste suffering. Weak men bleed and complain. Silent men bleed and sharpen. They turn scars into strategy. They turn failure into hunger. They turn humiliation into the kind of fire that does not go out. That fire is not loud. It burns blue, cold, focused, deadly. A loud man wants everyone to see his flame. A silent man lets his fire burn underground until the entire mountain explodes. That is the anime warrior mindset. The strongest character is never the one screaming in the first episode. It is the quiet one in the corner, the one with calm eyes, the one who has already seen hell, the one who does not explain his past because his presence already carries the weight of it. He does not talk about revenge, he trains. He does not cry about betrayal, he evolves. He does not announce his comeback. He arrives changed. And when he finally moves, everyone understands why he was silent, because silence was not emptiness, it was preparation. Silent men are powerful because they do not give enemies a script. They do not reveal their next move. They do not let people predict their emotions. They do not broadcast weakness. They do not let temporary feelings expose permanent strategy. Most men lose because they talk too early. They tell people the plan before the plan has roots. They announce the transformation before they have discipline. They promise greatness before they have survived pain. Then when people doubt them, laugh at them, or question them, they collapse. The silent man avoids this trap. He does not speak until the work has become visible. He does not promise. He proves. He does not explain. He executes. He does not chase respect. He becomes impossible to ignore. That is true power, not domination over others, domination over self. The man who cannot control his mouth cannot control his life. The man who reacts to every insult is owned by every enemy. The man who needs constant validation is a slave to the crowd. The man who reveals everything is unprotected. But the silent man is different. He holds his tongue like a sword. He holds his emotions like a chained beast. He holds his vision like a secret weapon. He does not move because someone provoked him. He moves because the time is right. That is why his calmness feels dangerous. You can insult him, and he will not break. You can doubt him, and he will not argue. You can leave him, and he will not beg. You can misunderstand him, and he will not chase your approval. He has already accepted something most men fear. He may have to walk alone. And once a man accepts walking alone, he becomes almost impossible to control. You cannot threaten him with abandonment. He has survived it. You cannot manipulate him with silence. He lives in it. You cannot destroy him with rumors. He knows who he is. You cannot distract him with cheap pleasure. He is chasing something bigger. A silent man with purpose is a terrifying force. He does not need a crowd. He does not need permission. He does not need someone holding his hand through the darkness. He becomes the thing that moves through the darkness, like a lone swordsman under a blood-red moon. No applause, no witnesses, just discipline, breath, and steel. The world respects men like that, even when it pretends not to, because people can feel when a man is not available for manipulation. They can feel when his peace is expensive. They can feel when his energy is guarded. They can feel when he is not desperate for acceptance, and that makes them uncomfortable. A silent man forces people to confront their own noise. His calm makes their chaos look childish. His discipline makes their excuses look weak. His distance makes their fake access disappear. His focus makes their distractions look pathetic. That is why some people will hate him. They will call him cold. They will call him arrogant. They will call him distant. They will say he thinks he is better than everyone, but the truth is darker. He does not think he is better. He simply refuses to remain weak for the comfort of others. He refuses to stay loud, broken, distracted, and easy to control. He refuses to leak his energy into conversations that lead nowhere. He refuses to explain his soul to people who only understand noise. That is not arrogance. That is self-respect. And self-respect is terrifying to people who benefit from your lack of boundaries. The silent man knows boundaries do not need a speech. Sometimes a boundary is not replying. Sometimes a boundary is leaving. Sometimes a boundary is becoming unavailable. Sometimes a boundary is letting people wonder why they no longer have the same access. That is strength, not the strength of a fist, the strength of a locked door, the strength of a calm face, the strength of a man who does not need to prove his pain is real. Silent men are powerful because their words carry weight. A man who talks all day becomes background noise. People stop listening because he never stops giving access. But a man who speaks only when necessary becomes impact. When he talks, the room changes. When he says no, people feel it. When he gives advice, people remember it. When he walks away, people understand that something serious has happened. His silence makes his words heavier. His restraint makes his presence stronger. His discipline makes his anger unnecessary. That is the kind of power every man should build, not fake alpha energy, not loud internet masculinity, not acting hard for strangers online. Real power, the power to control yourself when your emotions want control, the power to stay focused when pleasure is calling, the power to walk away when your ego wants revenge, the power to stay silent when explaining would only waste your spirit, the power to build your life while nobody believes in you. That is how silent men become monsters. Not monsters of cruelty, monsters of discipline, monsters of patience, monsters of focus, monsters of self-control. They become men who cannot be easily broken, bought, distracted, or defined. And that is what every young man must understand. Your mouth can destroy what your hands are trying to build. Your ego can ruin what your discipline created. Your emotions can expose what your enemies were waiting for. Your need for attention can turn you into a puppet. So stop performing. Stop explaining every move. Stop begging to be understood. Stop reacting like a weak man every time someone touches your pride. Stop telling small-minded people big dreams. Stop wasting your strongest energy on people who only bring noise. Disappear when you need to. Train when nobody watches. Build when nobody claps. Heal without announcing it. Let the old version of you die in silence. Then return with eyes they do not recognize. Return with discipline they cannot question. Return with standards they cannot access. Return with power they cannot ignore. Be calm. Be focused. Be dangerous in the way only disciplined men are dangerous. Speak less. Observe more. Move smarter. Build harder. Let your silence become your armor. Let your discipline become your sword. Let your results become your voice. Because in a world full of men screaming to be noticed, the silent man becomes the final boss. And if you want power, real power, stop making noise and start becoming the man they can feel before you ever say a word.